Revive Australia is a peaceful people's movement that isn't left or right. We just want a better future for ourselves and our children. And we know that Aussies are pissed. How do we know? One example is the 2018 Edelman Trust Barometer, a survey which has been running for 18 years where trust in government fell to 35% and media to 31%. Just think about that for a moment. That means that 2/3 of Australians don't trust the government and media.
So why is our Aussie family so upset? Well, here's a short list, but there's other reasons too. Dodgy politicians, fake news from the media, tax evading corporations, public assets being sold to foreign agents, farmers and small businesses getting a bad deal, disregard for our individual and national freedoms, policy controlled by big money, shady banks, and the disregard for our actual constitution. So why is this happening? It's because the two-party system has been hijacked by big money and big corporations. And that's why we need change now.
So this is how to sack the major parties in the 2019 election. And forget the vote of no confidence strategy, because that won't work. So if you want to throw away your vote, you're indirectly voting for the two-party system. The best strategy we have is to use our vote wisely, because it's the only way to inject our voices into a system that otherwise refuses to listen. Let's look at the House of Representatives first. The ballot will look like this. There will likely be candidates from Labor, Greens, Liberal, minor parties and independents. Do proper research to choose which minor party and independent candidates you should put first. The important thing to remember though is to put the two major parties last. And remember, voting for Nationals and Greens is still voting for the two-party system. In summary, put the bastards last.
Now let's look at the Senate ballot, which is really important. This is what it will look like. The first thing to remember is do not vote above the line, because we don't have to vote for the major parties in the Senate at all. Instead, number 12 boxes below the line and make sure you prioritise good candidates who are independent or from a minor party. Do your research to know who is worthy of putting first. So here is a hypothetical example. Let's pretend the major parties and their partners are in the 3 columns on the left and the independents and minor parties worthy of your vote are on the right. The strategy is simple. All you need to do is only mark minor parties and independents with the minimum number of boxes required for your state or territory. Then you won't need to vote for major parties at all, and we'll get better people into the Senate. This is important because the Senate approves or disapproves legislation from the House of Reps, which is a way to make sure we keep the pollies who work for the ultra-rich in check.
If more of us vote smart in this election, it would show the major parties that Australians are fed up with them. Stop the money allocated from your vote going to major parties. Encourage more good people to run for government next time round. And get more representatives into the parliament that truly work on behalf of their local and state communities. If a big chunk of us frustrated Australians follow this strategy, we'll increase those who didn't vote for major parties last election from 23% to 30%, or maybe even 40%. Just imagine what that would do to shake up our corrupted system. And at Revive Australia, we've designed a pledge that is being sent to all candidates in the election. This pledge has identified the core issues that we need to talk about and resolve. Do you want to know what's most important for our future? Returning the power to the people. Respecting the rule of law. Recreating public banks. Restoring local production. Returning public assets. Removing corruption. And of course, the people should rule themselves.
So candidates will either sign it and show their commitment to discussing the core issues and increasing national education about them, or they won't. Let's hope they make the right choice. It will also help you to be informed about who you should choose first. So share this through your social media networks, emails and messenger services, because it's up to us, the people, to resolve the issues that we all face.
Because we all know those bloody politicians aren't going to do it for us.